We're through playing everyone the first time this season through 9 weeks, and I've got some explaining to do. We'll get to that in a minute. But the beast of the week, the double pistols, winning 120-95 over Super Lamario Brothers. Not so super this week. Double pistols, I mean, I can't believe it. They started Alexander Madison and Aaron Jones. I mentioned this in the preview, and I said, that's never going to work. What an idiot. Well, it worked. They combined for 31 points versus a projected 21. So that made me feel real great. Thanks, Brian. Cooper Kupp, freshly traded, was the low scorer here. Well, out of the position players, really. He only got 58 yards or so, 5.8 points. And that wasn't helping the squad, but it didn't hurt him. CeeDee Lamb went crazy against the Eagles. Derek Carr had an okay game, and the Ravens defense had a great game against Seattle. So 120 points, beast of the week for the double pistols, while Super Lamario Brothers, Lamar Jackson got the win, but he didn't really do much, 11 points. Gus Edwards had a lot of good runs. He was at 17 points, and then a lot of other single digits, double digits here and there, but low double digits. So Super Lamario Brothers drops to third place at 6-3, while the double pistols retake first place at 7-2. Now, the former first place team, my Verbal Shell Gamers, man, karma came and got me this week. The streak is over. I won 5 in a row, and that streak had to end eventually. And I was the lowest scoring team this week. So here's my explanation. My team was just very disappointed that I was not active at the trading deadline. They saw what was happening on my opponent's team, the overpaid douches, acquiring Raheem Mostert in the trade, and he put up 14 points. And Tua was just a little disappointed. He said, you know what, I'm only going to score 12. Not that interested in playing against Kansas City and Germany. That sounds silly. DeAndre Swift, I mean, he was okay, but only 8 points. Darrell Henderson's playing for the Rams. He did nothing at 4.5, and DK Metcalf got shut down against Baltimore. So my team was just disappointed. I was due for a down week. Had to happen. Well played, Lane. Good game. 106 points. Burrow leading the way with 22. Saints defense had 13. Stephon Diggs had 19. Solid game, Lane. Well played. Lane gets the victory, 106-69. However, you're stuck in 4 and 5, Lane, at seventh place there. You got some work cut out for you there to make the playoffs. I'm feeling okay at 6-3, but I would prefer not to have any more low weeks like this one. Get Richardson or die trying versus the Lacey football team. A lot of high scoring here, if you will, individually at least. Ramondre Stevenson for Get Richardson had his best game of the year, 20 points. Dalton Schultz had his best game of the year, 22 points. The Raiders had their best game of the year at 19 points. On the other side of the coin, Lacey football team. Rashad White had his best game of the year. Travis Kelce had his worst game of the year. The Browns had their best game of the year. So a lot of superlatives here. Zach Moss, though, also had his worst game of the year at 2.6, and Zay Flowers had his worst game of the year at 1.6. So Lacey football team, 3 worsts of the year and 2 bests of the year. Again, this team is going to go how Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce go, and if Kelce's not doing it, this team is just not due to win. So Get Richardson or die trying gets to 5-4, dropping the Lacey football team to 2-7 after the 115-100 loss there. Now, the potholder vests, I talked to their owner this weekend. He has admitted he is playing for week 15, okay? So nobody else has to worry about doing anything. He is playing for week 15. He's playing to win week 15 to avoid the last place challenge. So that's it. That's all he's going for. However, his team was playing for this week. He scored 117 points, narrowly missing out on the beast of the week, 117-80, defeating the reverse peepholes, who might be thinking about week 15 as well after this significant loss here. Dak Prescott led the way for the Vests with 28. Eckler racked up 20 last night. Josh Jacobs, 21. All the way solid across the board. The Giants, -4. I wouldn't worry about that little guy. Reverse peepholes didn't have much going here. Maxed out by Joe Mixon and the rest of the team. Jonathan Taylor, 15. But Herbert did nothing last night. 7 points against the Jets defense. So reverse peepholes falling to 3-6. Potholder vests rising to 2-7, still in 10th place. And Coach Klein versus Aw Naw. This one was an 95-86 victory for Aw, getting up to 6-3, dropping Coach Klein to 4-5. Jalen Hurts and Josh Allen at the top of the lineups basically evened out, but Coach Klein only had 10 points from Pittman and 11 from Matt Gay. Nobody else in the double digits, while Aw had Saquon up there at 12, Deontay Johnson last Thursday with 18. So nothing to write home about here except the victory. 6-3 is Aw now, again in fourth place. So that'll wrap up week 9. Now we start with the rematches next week. Hopefully your team will do better in the second go around as we head into the late part of the season.